Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be a little bit different than the normal videos that we make because even though we are going over price action, we're going over a real live price action, right? So we're going to be breaking down price action in real time, right in front of your eyes. And this video is obviously for those that are looking for buying entries, those that are maybe, still, just want to be, keep up to date with the latest Ecomi price action. And of course, a lot of the newcomers are wondering, is now the right time to pull the trigger? And I'm going to go over all of that in this video. And what we're going to do that's quite interesting is we're going to disregard all the fundamental data. So we're going to look at this chart as if it was any other chart, right? We're not going to talk about any potential listings or anything of that sort. We're going to look at this purely from a price action perspective. Now, before I get into the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date on all my recent videos. Remember, guys, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. So always make sure to do your own research. And of course, pause the video, click the link in my description, join the Telegram group so you can stay up to date on all our latest updates, news updates, and much more. And of course, if you want those juicy entries, exits, and under the radar crypto gems, upgrade to Crypto Crew Premium today. Now, let's have a look at this to begin with. Now, this is a classic double bottom pattern. Now, for those of you that may have seen our updates more recently, you would have seen that we were talking about a general, buying momentum, and of course a morning star forming. As you see, once we go on a 4 hour, you're going to see this more clearly and see that the move to the upside did actually start. And then what we're seeing now, we saw price reject, and now we're forming the infamous double bottom pattern. Now, what this indicates is that we will see, or should see, a parabolic rally any time soon. So let's just go on a 4 hour time frame just so we can have a closer look at what's going on. And as you can see here, this is the Morningstar formation that I was talking about, right? Where we see a hammer, we see two bodies. So we've got a bearish body, and of course we've got this green body as well, bullish body. And then after the Morningstar pattern is completed, we see almost a parabolic move to the upside. And of course we were met at resistance. This was a 78.6 fib level. Price pulled back, and then of course continued to the upside and has now rejected again and pulled all the way back. So what can we potentially see next? Number one, we're likely to see price pull all the way back up to this resistance again, but hopefully this time we should break this area. All right, and I'm pretty confident we should smash through this area just because, again, if you think about all the rejections that we had so far, we've had one, there we go, one, we went up, two, three actually, if you include the pullback here. And as you can see, this fourth rejection should completely smash through this area, and we can complete our trend to the upside. Now, one thing to note, which is very important, and I say this to people all the time, right? The idea here is to remain patient, right? If you're not patient, you're never going to make any money. You're never going to really progress in this. You're not going to do well, right? Because the idea that price should just move in a straight line in one day and just go all the way back up to all-time highs is a pipe dream. That's not how the market works, right? The market works in patterns, cycles, rhythms. We're looking at human psychology here. Now, the good news is I do believe once we do see this first break, I believe we're going to see a sharp rally just below the 0.5% area, which is, of course, the first target area, which we predicted yesterday. The question is, how long will this take to happen? Let's say we were to get an entry at this level. We were to get an entry at this level now. The good news is we should have little to no drawdown because we've already experienced our lows, right? We've already seen price, reject this, area, move to the upside quite sharply, and then we saw it a second time and we're seeing the same thing, right? So for us, basically, the danger now would be clearing this low, which seems very unlikely because This happens across all market. What tends to happen now is smart money, smart investors, like some of you that are watching this now, start to assess the situation. You start to do your maths, the maths in your head. You work out your risk to reward. You start doing your analysis, looking at how much you want to allocate, etc. And then this is where all the smart money starts to pile in, right? And once the smart money piles in, what happens? Price moons to the upside, right? Price moons to the upside. So I'll conclude that I believe that this is going to be a very, very good month for Omi this month. And of course, guys, one thing to note is a lot does depend on Bitcoin and the overall cryptocurrency space as a whole, not just Bitcoin, because of course, let's say Bitcoin does, go up to 50,000. That doesn't necessarily mean that OMI will start rallying as well. I believe there's, it's just about the overall rhythm of the market. There needs to be more confidence in the market. So then, of course, people start to add more money into the market. Because one thing that I did notice is that one of the first segments of the crypto space that was hit was the NFT space, right? So you can see that across many other NFT projects. You've got Chiles, you've got Engine Coin, you've got many other cryptocurrencies, Flow, etc. These are the cryptocurrencies that first, saw those massive slashings in terms of their overall market cap, etc. But OMI, I believe, has formed a double bottom pattern. This is a massive buying opportunity right now. Massive buying opportunity right now. Now, the only thing is, if you're already stacked to the brim and you've got a lot of restocks at this area, me personally, I wouldn't be looking at adding any more positions. I'd wait for this to completely take off. But of course, if you're completely new watching this video for the first time, or you don't have any OMI positions, or maybe you entered at an all-time high and you didn't do any restocks, but maybe you're thinking about averaging out, right? Minimizing some of that loss by getting a great entry and hoping that price goes up so you can start to take a bit, hopefully once this goes back up to all-time highs, you can cut this position, this all-time high position, etc. There's so many different options here. Definitely, I would say assess this situation, do your research, and maybe look at some decent buying opportunities at this level. Oh yeah, one thing to note, there are no drops this week either. So just a heads up on that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Let's see how price looks in the next few hours. Hopefully, we do see some movement. As soon as we see this 678.6 area breached, we will do an update immediately at that. But what do you think, guys? Should I hold off the updates until we break the 78.6, or would you like to see more updates regardless of this? Let me know in the comment section. But anyway, guys, remember, when others are fearful, be greedy. When others are greedy, be fearful. With that being said, as always, seize the day.